long COVID and type A personality. Type A personality has been this concept used in many circles of psychology for years, for decades really. And it has to do with those of us, any type A personality here, I certainly am one of those. So it has to do with those of us who are very driven. Besos everybody, so happy that you joined. So very driven personality, very prone to be the go-getters, right? The achievers, the ones that make things happen. Usually fast-paced, usually very strict with time management. So type A personality, you get the drill. Sometimes it was also said that it could be detrimental for health because that level of expectation, that level of being demanding with oneself could be a little bit too much on the stress on the central nervous system and the autonomic nervous system, right? So it's considered, besos everybody, hello, yes. Awesome that you joined. Thank you for being here. So again, that type A personality has many times been associated with risk for the health, for the overall health, because there is a lot of competitive personality and those kind of things that can create an extra level of stress on the nervous system. So I want to address that today, but in relation with long COVID. So what started first as a anecdotal conversation at the beginning, today, researchers and therapists and even doctors are seeing a parallel between long COVID and type A personality, being many, like very big numbers and percentages of COVID long haulers type A personalities. That doesn't surprise me, to tell you the truth, because it doesn't really mean that there is a psychological component in long COVID, because we know that its nature is biomedical, really, the nature of this condition. However, and the reason why it doesn't surprise me is because a nervous system that is in constant stress or in a constant state of alert is of course more prone to dysautonomia and those other negative side effects that long COVID has. So that's why it's not so surprising. But something else that I wanted to address here is how many people out there, and even therapists of course as well, say, well, something this drastic as long COVID needed to happen to you, type A personality people, for you to stop, for you to finally slow down. So that is seen as something necessary, right? And of course, we can take advantage of that, even though we would prefer that it didn't have to be that strict, right? That intense of solution. But the most important thing that I want to address here today, and I'm going to use, like always, my own experience, is how we can repurpose and redirect that energy. It is said that type A personality has a lot of intensity, right? A lot of fire, a lot of fast pace and fast speed. Well, how can we redirect and repurpose that in our favor so that it is not detrimental for our health, but on the contrary? And here is where I want to use my experience. And like always, please listen to my story from your own life experience, so that you can relate and see what aspects of what I am telling resonate with you. So back then, when I was so ill, physically totally broken or feeling totally broken, and also having my mental issues, because as we know, COVID impacts the central nervous system. So there was, plus all the circumstances that were going on in my life, as you know, I lost everything that had some meaning to me. So I fell into this severe clinical depression. So there I was, very ill, physically, mentally, emotionally. It was a mess, seriously. So in that condition, it would have been normal to just stay in bed and dwell in the misery, right? And dwell in the drama and in the crisis and just succumb to the circumstances. And I found out that it was that drive that drive and that intensity that so many times was criticized by others, it was that drive and that very strong energy that pulled me out of bed every single day to take care of myself. Because as I have shared with you many times as well, I was dealing with my recovery on my own. I had my beautiful mama a couple of months with me, but out of 18 months, she was with me a couple of months. The rest of the time I was on my own, completely dealing with my illness and my recovery and with the whole reconstructing of my life. So if I wouldn't get up and take care of myself and do what I needed to do to survive, then nobody was going to do it for me. So of course, in addition to all the inner work and all the emotional healing work, but that drive, those characteristics of the type A personality were the ones that I could grab and that would just allow me to jump back into life when it would have been much easier to stay in bed dwelling in the problem. You know what I mean? So I would like to invite you to do the same with you, with your life, with your experience. So just for a moment, analyze and observe your life and see if you happen to be, for example, a COVID long hauler who happens to be a type A personality or not, whatever else is going on in your life. See if you can repurpose, if you can redirect those energies and those aspects that sometimes are conveyed as negative or as detrimental, this time in your favor. This time to impulse you for a positive action, impulse you for moving forward with your life, for saving your life, which was what happened to me. I can tell you that the main characteristics of my personality, of my type A personality, played a very crucial role in saving my life. So there you go, amigos. Like always, gracias for being here with me. Gracias for sharing this space. And feel free to share this information with whomever you think could benefit. And remember, there's always two sides of the same coin, right? So let's not stick with limiting beliefs and with the rest of the world things. It is really, what do we do with life? What do we do with our conditions? What do we do with our circumstances? What matters the most? And remember, I am here for you. I will always be honored and delighted to share this knowledge and this experience with you. So get in touch with me and let's find the best way to work together on your behalf, on behalf of your best life. So here we go, under 10 minutes, always on time. I sent you todo mi amor. Gracias, everybody. Ay, hermosos. I love you all. Ciao. See you very soon.